Assalamu alaikum. My name is Asad Koshul. I am the Director of Human Capital at Sakinet. We are a CRM-based company with our headquarters in Chicago. We have an office here in Karachi and one in Lahore. We have been operating in Pakistan for about 11 years, and the company was rebranded as Sakinet about 3.5 years ago. I've been with the company 2 years. I relocated back to Pakistan 2 years ago, and I've been with the company 2 years. Our staff strength currently is over 100 consultants in Pakistan. Our CEO refers to our staff, our operations in Pakistan as the engine of the company. By profession, I am also a CA. I think that's what they call it here. I'm a certified public accountant for the United States. My primary, secondary, and collegiate education is all from the United States.
So, what process actually you follow for that? I mean, I'm not getting it at all. Either you develop it, either you strategic partner of it. What you do?
No, we're considered partners. Like we'd be considered a partner of Salesforce. We'd be considered a partner of Oracle, and we'd be considered a partner of Blackbaud. In the sense that this is how the sales cycle is in this specific industry, in which the space that we're in.
Right.
Exactly.
And what kind of project should we look forward?
No, I mean in the sense that we have small projects that could be only 8 weeks with 3-man teams, and then we have enterprise level projects that are for a year with about 15 people.
Okay.
Exactly.
So basically, do you work on a product, or you provide a product along with the project, or?
No, we don't provide a product. See, we provide business solutions for our clients.
That is specific to a particular client.
Yes.
Or you do a customization of a particular product.
Exactly. So that's why to be successful in our environment, you have to be a problem solver.
Yeah, exactly. To get the requirements of the business and what they are actually looking for.
Yeah, because in the sense that one reason I joined the company less than 2 years ago. There were 13 consultants here. Now we've gone to 100, and that is within an emerging market. And one reason we've been able to do it is because we've been emphasizing we want thinkers, analysts, and problem solvers, and not all developers, I'll use the word developer, are really thinkers, analysts, or problem solvers.
You're more into software.
Huh?
You're more into software.
Exactly.
Okay.
I mean, and obviously coding and writing good code is an integral part of what we do, you know? That it be written properly, it not be sloppy, it be documented well, okay? Which I'm sure your professors are telling you, okay? And when you come to us, you're gonna kind of hear it from us, if you do come to us, or we decide to take you, I guess. But that is something, there's no shortcuts.
There's no shortcuts.
The trend we are following till nowadays is that as we come out from the university and we go for the job and stuff, we see the different things around. That if we studied things in a database, if we studied things in a code, C and everything, but we go for the job and we go for the industry, we found that they are working on the Objective-C, they are working on iPhone, they are working on a BlackBerry. So the thing is, how do we discuss the gap between the thing that we are getting studied in our university and then the things we are going to see when we go for the job? What do you think? Because
no, in the sense that, see, in any field, right, the gap between the theoretical knowledge that you learn and the practical application in the field is big. And it just depends on the industry, where you are, or what space, right? And how do you bridge the gap? And that's one reason we need thinkers, problem solvers, and analysts.
yeah.
Okay, but as far as in the local market, I can say this with a certain amount of conviction. I feel that we're probably among the best, if not the best, at onboarding fresh graduates.
Yeah.
I think you probably have heard that from some people that may have been your seniors that are working with us. Because, philosophically, we're structured as a company that we feel that we can do a lot of mentoring and teaching. Okay. So in terms of bridging the gap, which you're saying, that's a process.
That's the process.
It's a process, and again, I think there's no silver bullet or magic wand.
That you got to know
Exactly.
about the things.
But, but it's not a process that should take 2 years.
Yeah, exactly. It should be so fast. So we
Exactly.
So what do you advise the students to do while they are in university to know what's going on in the field? What should they do?
Well, first of all, you have to read.
Okay. Read blogs.
Exactly. But this is also the other thing. You have to avoid fads. In every industry, like I'll use to make it understandable for the son, I'll use the fashion industry as an analogy. There are fads in fashion, okay? And that is how the fashion industry makes money, to create a new fad every 3 years or 2 years. I don't know much about fashion, but I think you understand,
Yes.
okay?
Okay.
So they want you to throw out their old clothes and get new ones, so you get antiquated.
Yes.
Okay? Now, in the IT industry is obviously, but there are people, for example, there's a fad now, and I will use, and fad is a strong word, but fad of everyone's running off and doing mobile applications.
Yes.
Like Android, yeah.
Exactly.
Saying that the
Now
world is
what-
moving to mobile.
Exactly. And okay, there is a certain amount of truth to that, but at the same time, you're developing mobile applications that you have to then sell in the market. And I'm sure you're aware of situations that people have developed applications,
There was the
and then, let me just finish this thought, and then they've had difficulty in the market, taking it to market.
Exactly.
And that's not our business model. We have a client base that has been built up almost over a decade, and we have multiple cylinders. We are CRM. When people come to us, they're coming to CRM experts. Okay, so we are not dealing in fads. Okay, we are not dealing in short-term flare-ups. Okay, so even in terms of the training process of our resources, not just the fresh ones, everybody, the focus is on making this person a global level consultant within Pakistan. Okay, so even for myself, arguably the biggest motivation for me to join this company was that I wanted to be part of something that was genuinely interested in producing global level consultants within Pakistan.
Right.
And so that's why I said earlier, we're trying, as the resources are elevating their level of performance, we're trying to do as much strategic work here as possible.
Why are you trying to expand in Pakistan? What's your strategy behind expanding yourself in Pakistan?
Well, in the sense that one is that the talent in Pakistan is very sound in terms of the raw talent. Attitude, not so much. Okay? And that's something we do work on. Okay? For example, I think Munib asked me earlier when we were looking at the comments, even preparing for this, I had a couple of resumes, and I think I saw the word accomplished 4 different times on CVs. It's kind of difficult for me to expect fresh graduates to be very accomplished. You're accomplished in academia.
Yes.
You're accomplished in a theoretical framework. But accomplished is a pretty strong word. I've received resumes for people who have gone on our website, fresh graduates, that will say CRM 2.0 consultant. And they have never worked on a project in their life.
Exactly.
But as far as the skill level, yes, it exists within Pakistan. It has to be cultivated. And so it has to be incubated. And I'm very passionate about that.
How do you see the entrepreneurship in our industry?
No, entrepreneurship, it takes, entrepreneurship now is a word that's being thrown around very easily, right? There's entrepreneurship, but there has to be certain things in place. Like to be an entrepreneur, you need a certain amount of urgency, which is sorely lacking within corporate Pakistan.
Exactly.
This concept of urgency. So, for anyone to be a successful entrepreneur, urgency has to be part of their DNA.
Yes.
And that, for the most part, yes, people are theoretically talking about being entrepreneurs, but there's very little urgency.
Exactly.
And then these other things come later. How creative you are, if you can assess the market, if you can do the strategic analysis, how you will develop a product, take it to the market. Those things are all secondary. but most people, especially fresh graduates that I've interacted with, when they talk about urgency and when they talk about being, they bring this concept of entrepreneurship, they don't even fundamentally grasp the concept of urgency. So the client, no, they have to, for them to emerge as team leads, they have to be able to do that.
How do you see the IT industry in Pakistan in future?
No, the IT industry in Pakistan has tremendous potential because, as mentioned earlier, the talent is here. Is that, can that talent be incubated? And is that talent willing to be incubated? That even before it hatches, it wants to go off and try to be creative. Sober is a concept that is sometimes missing, so patience. No, the industry could do for example, our company did a regional project that 2 local regional companies, not from Pakistan, had failed in implementation. And we just did this. So even when we went and did this, they were apprehensive. Okay, so this is our 3rd triad over the last 8 years. This specific client, but we were successful. But the issue is that the IT industry can go very far if that talent can be nurtured. But it's a 2-way street. It just can't be that you want the employer to nurture the talent, but you're not really willing to do what it takes.
What is the structure of your organization? I mean, do you have a separate marketing department and then the development department, or the same development leads are communicating with the clients?
Well, our staff strength in Chicago is about 30. So sales and marketing is primarily, we're based in the Sears, well, it's now called the Willis Tower. It's the tallest building in North America. We're on the 53rd floor. That's where our headquarters are. As I mentioned, most of our clients currently are in the United States. So most of the sales and marketing is there, but now we are active in the region. As I mentioned, we just finished a project here. And so we will be doing regional selling. And yes, this is also one of the things that we do. We do try to have even some of our technical resources be involved in the sales cycle, to broaden their horizons.
Exactly.
Because it's about exposure. Okay? This I can guarantee. I mean, in the sense that, working with us, we will try to expose you to as much as possible to expand your mind. So again, this is Asad Koshul. This is Mentor Nashta, and you're watching this on Web Studio. So thanks for joining us.